My elves can start recording at this point. Thank you. So good morning, everybody. I've had a lot of requests lately to talk about the opening lead. So we're going to be talking about Rusinow Leads today, but I'm going to preface my remarks by talking about the 5 lines of defense. Now, the hands that I've developed for you are not particularly wonderful hands. They will be able to use a Rusinow lead or not in various of the hands, but it may not be the best possible lead, but we have lots of room for discussion. But anyway, the 5 lines of defense. Well, first of all, I'm going to give you a mnemonic. Now, many of you who've taken my lessons in the past will have heard this, including the joke at the end. But the mnemonic is SPATS. Now, that's S as in sugar, P as in Peter, A alpha, T tango, S sugar. SPATS. The first S stands for sequence. So this mnemonic tells us things we should think about in terms of making the opening lead. So S stands for sequence. Do we have a sequence? If so, lead the top of the sequence. P is for passive. Do we have winners, potential winners that we need to protect, like kings? Maybe we need to make a passive lead and not lead away from one of our king high suits, which might go straight into an ace queen or an ace jack in the declarer's hand. So think about being passive. A stands for active, where we need to cash our tricks early, otherwise they might go away. That's usually when somebody, usually the dummy, has indicated a long side suit in the dummy. That might be a good place for declarer to throw their losing cards in our suit. T stands for trump. And there's certain instances where a trump lead is absolutely demanded. And then the last S stands for singleton. Now, it used to be in the old days that we would only lead a singleton if we had trump control. So that if we led the singleton, declarer wins the trick, and now he plays trump, and we win our ace or king, and we can reach our partner and get a ruff from that first suit that we led. But these days, there's a little saying among experts that if you don't lead a singleton, you don't have one. So I like to joke that the last S goes to the beginning. Instead of saying spats, it's now spat. So that's my little joke at the end, but I hope you'll remember this little story and the word spats. So that's like a guideline to help you think of things. The 5 lines of defense are, the first line of defense is what's called a forcing defense. That's where you force the declarer to trump in their own hand. And we often want to do that when we've got long trump ourselves, or we know for a fact that our partner has long trumps. So what is long trumps in my hand? Usually at least 4. So I want to try to make the declarer use their trumps before my 4 babies get used up. And then I'm going to score a trump trick that I otherwise might not have scored. P, a passive defense, exactly what I said before. A, active, leading a trump to cut down roughing power. And finally, to create trump tricks for our side. And that's when we lead a singleton. So this little list of the 5 lines of defense really equate to the mnemonic spats. So we should always think about that when deciding what's the best possible lead for our side. Now, Rusinow leads that we're going to talk about today are a particular choice of lead. So in standard leads, we would lead the top of a sequence, ace from ace king, king from king queen, queen from queen jack, jack from jack 10, etc., etc. If we're going to lead that suit, we would always lead the higher of our touching cards. Rusinow leads are the opposite. So on the lead of the king would guarantee the ace or shortness. So what do I mean by shortness? Either a singleton or a doubleton at most, and not necessarily the next touching card. So let me pull up the deals that I've made up for today. And here we go. So let's go ahead and bid this hand. Marissa, I think you have to, oh, you did pass, good.
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to let everybody see all the cards. I mean, you can anyway. Okay. So in standard leads, South would lead the ace of hearts. And my partner would know that I would never lead the ace unless I have the king. Everybody okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Now in Rusinow Leads, I lead the king. So Rusinow Leads are just upside down leads from two touching cards. So when I lead the king, my partner knows that I either have the ace or shortness. Unlikely to be a singleton king, because very often if you have a singleton king and the declarer is on your right, they'll take a finesse into their ace queen and you will win your singleton king. So that would be a very poor choice of lead. So my partner knows that undoubtedly I have the king. I've got the king and I also have the ace. So I'm going to play the king. My partner's going to encourage. I'm going to continue with the ace. And in fact, that will be the last heart. Queen will come down. I will now lead maybe another heart. I might switch suits. I'm not sure. Excuse me 1 second. Oh, what a shame. Take the car keys. They're right where that was, on the little tray. Okay, thanks. Sorry, everybody. I have house guests and they're trying to get out to the pool. Okay, let's continue. So I'm probably going to have to switch. My partner, when there's a doubleton here and the third round would be ruffed, my partner's going to try to give me some kind of indicator as to what to switch to. And I think on the king, my partner will probably play the jack or the 10, probably the 10. And I will switch to a spade. Which spade will I switch to? I'll switch to a low spade. Maybe I'll play the 10 to force the king. I don't know. In any case, we're going to get our 2 tricks. I don't know if we'll ever come to anything else. Might end up with a diamond.
Diamond, yeah.
I think I'm going to get a diamond in the end.
Yeah.
But it's not a terrible bid. Judy could have, if we look at the bidding again, if we look at the auction, you can see the auction here. A diamond, a spade, 2 clubs, 3 clubs. Now 3 clubs is always invitational to 3 no trump.
Mm-hmm.
Always think of 3 no trump as a possibility before we bid 5 clubs. But Judy cannot possibly bid that because she doesn't have a heart stopper. But she could bid 3 hearts.
Okay.
Say, partner, I hear you. And if you have, I've got a nice hand. If you have a heart stopper, go ahead and bid 3 no trump. But in this case, Pam does not have a heart stopper. So, so she can't bid it. Now, let me just look at that auction again. So in bridge, the first three suits are always telling. So one diamond, I have diamonds. One spade, I have spades. Two clubs, I've got clubs as well. Three clubs now, if Pam, who's sitting west, had a heart stopper, the chances are that she might have bid two no trump herself. We're not sure. But she certainly is inviting, got invitational values. So three hearts would be the fourth suit. The first three bids are telling, and the fourth suit is asking, do you have a heart stopper? And Pam would have to say no, and she's going to bid 4 clubs or 5 clubs. Okay, any questions on this deal? Okay, then I'm going to close the cards.
Wait. But we don't play it or what?
No, we're not going to play it because this is really a bidding lesson to learn how and choosing the lead.
Yeah, but
Besides-
I mean, what's the advantage of that lead, Cam?
Well, I've been thinking about this all morning. What is the advantage of the lead? People who play this seem to feel that there's a great advantage. I think the biggest advantage is that the declarer doesn't really know where the missing card is because he doesn't know who's got the ace for sure. And he doesn't know whether if this is the ace king or the king and shortness. And it might be very misleading. Here, there's nothing he can do.
We have a question.
Yes.
One of the people wants to know, what about short diamond?
I
Could
beg
be
your
three denying a 5-card major?
You mean in response to an opening bid of 1 diamond?
I'm not sure. I'm just reading what he wrote here. Perhaps the questioner can come online and ask.
Who asked that question? Because you can unmute yourself and ask.
It's Tom, and good morning. I was asking that opening bid, Judy's opening bid, could only be 3 or 4 diamonds, and just denying a 5-card major and saying I've got opening hand.
Right.
It's not necessarily a legitimate diamond bid, is it?
But it is, the moment they bid 2 clubs, it is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because why would you bid clubs if you only had 3 diamonds? Why would you bid clubs at your second turn?
True. Thank you.
So just to go back to this auction, 1 diamond, 2 clubs always shows at least 5-4 in the minors. Always.
Thank you.
Because most of the time it would go a diamond, a spade, 1 no trump if they were a little bit more balanced. So I should say really 4-4 because you might be stuck. But most of the time it's 5-4 when you bid a second minor.
So the thing is that you would play the king, I would play the 10 to tell your partner attack spades, no?
Yes, on the second player, on the ace. Because there were no more hearts left in the dummy.
Yes, okay. Mhm.
Well, I don't like that bid.
Okay, I thought she'd be bidding up the line and she could have spades, but I should bid 2 hearts.
Well, here's my question, okay. It's rare for Judy to make this kind of bid. How many fits do we need?
Right.
So what is the answer to my question?
1.
1. And when your partner bids 1 heart, have we found a fit?
Yep.
So if people who bid 1 spade instead of bidding 2 hearts are going to get an unwelcome nickname. Anybody
Oops.
know what that nickname is? Hand hog. Okay.
Uh,
Hog.
Hand hug. Oh.
But it's wrong, because here, if it goes one spade, you're probably going to end up in what she's got 11 points, no trump, when you belong in 4 hearts. Oh, well, I can always bid 4 hearts later, but what if she passes?
mhm.
What if she passes one spade, and because she's got a 5 count and you're in a 4 card, 4-3 fit in spades instead of your lovely 8 fit,
Mhm.
know,
Okay.
8 card fit in hearts. So we must our first obligation is always to show our partner support. Now, we don't break the rules and support with 3 if we have something else that we could do that would better describe our hand. But here, there's absolutely no reason not to raise hearts. And you've got 4, 7, 9, and 5 is 14, not enough to jump to the 3 levels, so 2 hearts it is.
Well,
Well, I think partner promises at least 10, but she could be a little bit more. She could be 11, maybe even a 12. So she's inviting you. A better bid would be spiral. So let's talk about spiral. I'm going to undo a couple of bids because I've talked about spiral in the past. So this is a good opportunity to use it. So 2 no trump initiates spiral. And this 2 no trump bid by Pamela will say, partner, what did you raise me on? How good is your hand? In other words, do you have 4 hearts for me, or do you only have 3? And do you have a really good opener, or did you open a minimum hand? I want to know if you've got a minimum or a non-minimum, because I have at least 11. See, 10 opposite an opening hand isn't enough for game, unless partner's got a bit extra. But 2 no trump specifically says 11. So the 3 heart bid promised 10, and this bid promises 11. So it's a little bit better. So 2 no trump spiral. And now let's all look at Judy's hand. 4, 7, 9, and 5 is 14, and 4 trumps. What could be better? So the technical answer would be 3 spades. I have 4 trumps and a non-minimum, but we don't want spades to be doubled in any way. So I think we should just bid 4 hearts. Partner won't think that you suddenly found a lot more points. She knows that you've probably got 14 max. This says I've got the max of 14. So here's, in this hand, it's quite interesting because when Marissa makes her lead, we're going to start to see what the advantages are.
So
What are you going to lead?
I lead it. I have to do these leads, no? So I lead the jack from Queen
Yes,
10.
you're going to lead the jack. So now, a good declarer will always turn and say, what are your leads? And so at the bridge table, I mean, Marissa would have to answer this question herself. You don't have to alert your lead if it's on your convention card. So I hope you all fill out your convention cards. But if they ask, if they say, tell me about your leads, or if they just say the one word carding, leads, you just have to say Rusinow. If they ask about carding, you have to give both the leads and your signals, whether it's upside down or standard, whether you're playing odd even or Laventhal or whatever it might be. So here, Pam is going to ask, what's your carding? And the answer would be Rusinow Leads standard carding. So now on the lead of the jack, this promises the queen or shortness. So Pam doesn't know whether this is a singleton jack or whether she's got the queen as well, or she just doesn't know. The one thing she knows for sure is that Marissa does not have the ace.
So Rosemary, usually we've been saying if you make a bid just by its name, like I wouldn't know what that was. So
Okay.
they don't have to say.
Yes, they should say, you would write Rusinow on your card, on your convention card. If they asked, you should say, it promises the queen or shortness.
Okay.
So it guarantees the queen or shortness. And the shortness is a singleton or a doubleton. So you can see whether she leads the queen or the jack, it's all the same in what happens at the table. But there are times when it can be very beneficial to you. Okay, any questions on this? Let's see if Pam's going to make this hand. Are you going to make it? There's a couple of interesting things to talk about here. So Pam, go ahead and play a spade. Now, remembering that I might know whether she's got the queen or not, you might choose to play low. So won't you feel sick if you play the king and I win the ace, and now you return I return a spade and she gets the queen?
No.
So I don't know whether she's led from the queen or shortness, but I'm going to duck because my ace is meant to capture the king.
Oh.
Okay, now what's the next card?
Well, that's right. Well, who's got the ace?
You.
Okay, so now you have to play your queen.
Oh, yes, of course. Because if he doesn't cover, there we are.
Right. So now I know that she did not have shortness. So I might switch. So I think I'm going to switch to the 7 of clubs.
So you are not likely to trump a spade. So I'm going with clubs.
Well, I might be able to trump a spade.
Okay.
You don't really know. So how are you going to play the hearts? Well, that's a pretty high card to lead. So I think that you've got no finessable position here. If it goes 10, jack, you'd have to play the ace, and then you're still missing the king, 9, 8. So I think you should play a very low heart up to the ace. If you were in the dummy, you could lay down the ace with this hand. Now, it's usually correct that when there's one trump left outstanding, that's higher than yours, we normally don't pull it. So do you have any losers in your hand? All your diamonds are good. All your clubs are good. 10 of spades is good. The heart's the only one. So I'm going to get it and you're going to go down one. So very unfortunate. Okay, so I'm going to claim one more trick. So not a bad shot. I'm going to count the losers in Pam's hand. Missing the ace, king of hearts, so that's 2. 3 spade losers is 5. 2 diamond losers is 7. And 2 club losers is 9. I would pass 2 hearts. It's 11 points, but 4 triple 3 is the worst hand in the game. Nothing to rough in this hand. And partner's got 14 at most, 7 losers, and we've got 9 losers. 9 and 7 is 16. That suggests that we can only make 8 or 9 tricks. So I would not advance beyond 2 hearts. But I am very conservative. Oh, I have to bid.
Well,
That says you have 6 hearts.
okay. But how do I give you the 5 on the points? Because is it
Oh. You have to bid a new suit.
okay? Fine. It doesn't make any sense to bid spades because you don't have them.
It makes a lot of sense to bid spades
Okay, fine.
because it doesn't necessarily show 4, it shows a stopper.
Okay. Mhm.
And it's forcing.
It's a reverse, isn't it?
Responder can't really reverse.
Oh, okay.
So she knows I don't have spades, because if I did, I would have bid spades over 1 heart. So she's showing a stopper because she has to make a forcing bid. She wants to go to game. So she's showing stoppers in spades,
Oh,
but not in diamonds. She might have 4 spades, I don't know. But she knows I don't have 4.
and her new suit is forcing.
It's forcing. It's a new suit by responder.
Okay.
So I'm going to say, well, I have 3 hearts. You bid that first. I don't know what your spades is, but I've got 3 hearts.
Okay, okay.
Raise you at first.
Okay.
Now, I would never bid 3 hearts unless I had 3 hearts in my hand.
Okay.
Okay, so we've arrived.
So it's my lead. Well, okay, I have a recent lead, but I don't want to do it. You want me to do it?
I want you to lead a diamond.
The queen, okay. I
Nobody
was
diamonds.
Yes, but I was thinking that there have been 2 or 3 different suits they might be trumping.
Okay, that's not a bad idea, but I want you specifically to lead a diamond.
Okay.
So once again, Rusinow Leads, promising the king or shortness. Now, let's say that Judy chose to lead a heart instead. So I'm going to undo this trick. So Judy thinks that North's got hearts, I've got clubs, North's got spades. I went back to hearts. So she chooses to lead a heart. So lead a heart.
Should I do it? Okay.
Okay. So this is very helpful to the declarer.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll go on with trumps, I guess.
Well, you have to be careful here because you've got very limited entries. You've got all the diamond losers.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Well, but also the diamond is the entry to the clubs, and
Mhm.
I gather I'll have to. Well,
Right, I think that's the best play.
okay, and then I think I can. I'll take the last one out. Okay.
No, you're not.
No, okay.
Nope, you'll go down if you do that.
Okay. Okay.
What you have to do is you have to look at all those losing diamonds in your hand. How are you going to get rid of them?
Well, one can go away on the Queen of Clubs, and then
And then you'll have two losing diamonds and a losing Jack of Spades.
yes. So I have to trump one.
You have to trump one.
Okay, that's it. Now I can take out the last one, I guess.
Well, really, you should play the last trump before you play the ace of spades.
Okay, I thought they were all out.
They
Yeah,
are. They are.
okay.
But you want to make your Jack of Spades good.
Yeah,
So
okay.
squeeze them a little bit.
I wasn't counting the spades, yeah, because
Play a card, Pam.
wow. Yeah, it was, I had the feeling it was a very good hand. And with the way you played, that was even better.
Well, it was helpful because I could see everything. But Judy's leads of the heart gave you a free finesse and you picked up the Jack. And on the spades gave you a free finesse into your ace, king, Jack. So we have to be very careful. So leading, we have to lead through the strength in the dummy, not towards, this weakness. So you really need your to get your partner in and have partner lead to you, or have declarer lead to you. But if I started with a heart, I would continue with the king of diamonds.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, a baby diamond. The baby diamond knocks out the ace.
Yeah.
The entry of the clubs. And then your king queen will be good after the trumps are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and it was clear from the auction that I did have 3 hearts. Even though I didn't raise her the first time, I raised her subsequently. So it's not like we're going to have a cross rough hand, I don't think. Okay, moving on. Pam? Very good. Well, I'm not going to let you do that, Judy.
Okay.
So Judy's got longer clubs than spades. And it's going to be difficult if she bids 1 spade. It's going to be difficult to bid her hand subsequently. But if she starts off by bidding 2 clubs, then who knows what will happen.
Well, it guarantees us going to game too. I know.
Whereas if you bid 1 spade and then you bid clubs, your partner will think you have more than 4 spades.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to start with 2 clubs here. And now your partner amazingly has bid 2 spades. So as we said a moment ago, this does not promise a genuine spade suit because you've already denied it. It might just be promising a stopper and denying a diamond stopper. Nevertheless, Judy has 4 spades, so she can raise spades and that will guarantee 4 spades, and nobody can pass because we're in a game force.
Okay.
So if Pam doesn't really have 4 spades, then she'll do something else. Well, I think you're a little too strong to bid 4 spades.
So in 2/1, you're really privileged to see we're going to game than given the other suit.
Exactly. And now it looks like we found a fit in spades.
But is that a general rule or an agreement with your partner?
What?
In 2/1, that not mentioning the spades. I mean, yes, giving it second importance to the fact that you belong to game.
Okay, I think Marissa is saying is this auction standard? It's
Exactly.
very standard among advanced players. So this is how this is how I would bid the hand, and it's how my advanced partners would bid the hand.
Okay, okay.
We will, because we'll bid it out and then we'll go back and do it as if I bid 1 spade first. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to bid controls?
Yes. You've got 2 controls, 2 plus the queen. So you want to know what your partner has. You don't really have either of these aces, but you're going to know crystal clear whatever she shows you.
But wouldn't I have to bid 3 hearts?
I think you should just bid 4 no trump.
Oh, okay.
So she has two. So if she's got both of these, if she has the ace of clubs and the ace of diamonds, it'll cover those two losers. And then you've only got one loser in spades. If she happens to have the ace of spades, that suit is solid. The hearts are solid, and she's got one of the minor suit aces, and you'll just lose one trick. So you can go straight to 6 spades. And your partner's saying, what happened here?
We do have a question on the bidding.
Okay,
Are we going to see the hands then, or are we going to play it, or what?
not until the lead has been made.
Okay.
The question is now, why didn't West bid the 2 hearts with the 6? 2 hearts with 6 pieces.
Because she wanted to show that she's got a spade suit as well. If her partner had bid 1 no trump, she would bid 2 spades as a reverse. She has a 3 loser hand. Say, why didn't she open 2 clubs with only 3 losers? Because when we have a 2 suitor like this, it's seldom a good idea to open 2 clubs, because we can normally show our hand more easily by starting at the 1 level. So she just couldn't believe that partner was able to raise spades. So what are you going to lead, Marissa?
So the Jack of Diamonds.
Okay, Jack of Diamonds.
With this system of leads we are practicing today.
Hmm, wow.
Very good. So quite a hand, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So it's exactly what I said when I was analyzing the 5 heart response. She's got the 2 black aces, so you're going to lose 1 diamond. No clubs, no hearts, no spades. So you can claim at trick 1.
Yeah.
It's going to go Jack, King, Ace. And in fact, it probably should go Jack, Duck.
No. Ah, yes, because he has a, yeah, yes.
Because South probably won't
Yeah,
go up with the ace when the king is in the dummy.
yes.
So I think I probably best to play Jack, Duck, Duck. And so we'll lose this trick. You'll win any continuation no matter what suit it is. And claim.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to say, I have it, baby.
I saw it. What a guard. Well, yeah, but it doesn't.
Okay. And now you can claim.
Hmm.
Now,
Good.
I would go over the bidding if Judy had bid 1 spade. So it would go 1 heart. North and South are going to pass throughout. 1 heart, 1 spade. 4 spades. Got enough to be in game opposite a 6 count here. We've got 9 spades. I've got a 3 loser hand, 4 spades. And now Judy will say, my partner's got around 19 points and I've got all this stuff, 4 no trump. And she's going to show 2 plus the queen. We've got the rest. So we'll end up in 6 spades just the same. Now that's the beauty of bidding systems, is that depending on what system you're following, all good systems should lead to the same contract. But imagine that if it went, imagine that she didn't have spades. Suppose it went 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 hearts. Now Judy could bid 3 clubs, but now her partner will think that she's got more than 4 spades and she's putting on the force. And she won't know that she's got 5 clubs. It might sound like the other way around. Or she'll never know that she has 5 clubs because she would bid that way with only 4 clubs, 4 spades and 4 clubs. So it's much muddier. if she doesn't have the spade fit here to start with spades. Suppose it went 1 heart, 1 spade, 1 no trump. Now she can never show her 2 clubs. So that's the whole reason for bidding 2 clubs first as a 2/1 bid, because it's too difficult to show the spades. To get to game if you start by showing spades.
Mhm.
Okay.
Tempted to double.
So I'm curious as to why you're tempted to double.
Because I have maybe 3 tricks in my hand.
Okay, and your partner didn't do anything.
But 4 is a weak.
4 is certainly a weak bid. What do you know about the south hand?
It's
And then
about
you've
four,
got
4
5
trumps.
5 spades and a
trumps.
singleton.
5
Probably.
spades and a singleton, right? And very likely a singleton heart,
Heart, right.
because you have a lot.
Right.
So ill-advised to double here. We should remember that when we double like this, we're doubling on here. The double would be based on 3 outside tricks.
Mhm.
But when I have said that I have a singleton, most of the time it's in your suit.
Mhm.
So don't be doubling when you don't have trumps, because
Right.
it ends in tears. I had trumps the other day and it still ended in tears because it didn't work out so well, because once your hand is distributional, my hand is distributional. Your partner may have nothing here. Just because they don't move beyond 4 spades doesn't mean that North doesn't have extra strength.
Mhm.
But she heard her partner say a bad hand with lots of trumps. So just be happy to take your top if we go down and we're in the wrong place. Okay. So
Okay.
what are you going
Well, if I try, I know I've got the Rusinow Leads. I was thinking, is this crazy? I was thinking of maybe leading the ace of clubs and maybe seeing if I can underlead my heart.
Well, I think that's crazy.
Okay, then I'll do this.
Well, the singleton was in hearts. Are you false carding? Pam?
Can't answer. Okay.
So you don't like hearts?
So now here's what I would do. I would play the ace of clubs. And that's not going to really help you very much. Now, when the king of hearts holds the trick and you play another suit, that normally says this is a singleton.
Mm-hmm.
This is a singleton ace. Maybe your partner will think you're just getting it because of this card here.
Right.
So now you can continue. Try to catch the ace of hearts.
Do the ace of hearts, but I'm set. Oh yeah, okay. Stop the jack.
It's not going to be roughed in the dummy.
No.
Aha.
Aha.
So now you have to play another heart for your partner to rough. Yet she doesn't have any.
You have to, you don't have any trumps?
She
You
doesn't-
don't?
You don't have any spades?
So now Judy and we both know that your partner doesn't have any trumps. How do we know? Because North opened a spade, which is 5, and there
Oh, right.
in the dummy is 11. So now you know, but you can't afford to lead a diamond,
No.
and there's no point leading a heart.
Okay, I'll leave a spade.
So you have to lead a spade at this point
Right. I wasn't thinking she opened.
and be patient.
Okay. Ah, Now the thing is, I will end up there, which what doesn't matter. Okay, fine. Okay, trumps out.
Pam, you must play a card.
On the king of classes, they went down.
So it looks like it might have worked, Judy, to double. But it took leading a trump to set this contract.
Oh.
Rather than leading a diamond.
Oh, definitely.
Mhm.
Not a diamond.
Pam. Well, Pam, you just said that you've got 5 hearts and a singleton and less than 10 points. So I don't think that. You have to find a better bid than that. That said, you've got a very bad hand with 6 spades or something like that. So when are you going to tell partner that you have a fit with her? So the sooner we tell partner we have a fit, the better. Or that would say you've got 10 to 12 points. So I think, do you play Jacoby 2 no trump? Because that's the perfect bid for your hand. No trump, thank you. So game forcing heart raise.
Now, I'm supposed to show shortness, but I don't have it, right? It has to be a singleton.
Yes, we would show singleton, second good 5-card suit,
Right.
or
So,
extra starts at 16.
okay, I got 15. So just go to 4, or the 4's weaker, 3's stronger, right?
3 is
But-
stronger than 4, but you could almost say your hand was worth a little extra because you've got an extra heart.
Okay.
So I'm not opposed to you bidding 3 hearts if you wish. You've only got 6 losers, so that's worth 16 points. So you can bid 3 hearts. You've got a little extra. So for no trump, how many key cards do you have if hearts are trumps?
3. So
5 diamonds, 3 or 0.
really? Boy, I wouldn't think we had enough points for that.
Maybe we do.
Maybe, I don't know her hand, so. I can't remember if Jacoby has a certain finite number of points
it's-
attached to it.
It's a game forcing hand.
Right.
So my hand is on lead. So playing Rusinow, I'm going to lead the 10. So my 10 promises the jack or shortness. But what about the queen? It 100% denies holding the queen, because if I had the queen jack 10, I would play the jack. So I can only ever have the card immediately above it and nothing higher than that. I could have a gap, I suppose. I could have king jack 10, and I would lead the 10 to promise the jack. Marissa?
No,
It's you.
Oh, it's me.
Yep.
Sorry.
I was just doing too many things at a time.
Okay, so Judy, what do you think are your chances of making this contract?
100%.
What's the
I'm
only
gonna rough a club.
you're going to rough a club?
I'm
So
the spade loser.
you can go ahead and claim.
Should I play it? Or claim? You said claim, yes.
Yes. You're going to have to give us one trick.
Yeah.
Okay, very
Hmm.
good.
Good. Very good.
Wow.
Wow.
You didn't give us our trick. We're going to get a spade trick, but never mind.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
No problem. I clicked okay. So, but I think everybody can see now. Judy was worried, but we have to trust our partner, that our partner knows what they're doing, and we just go where each one leads. So Judy said she had extras, and she did. She's got 15 plus a 6-card suit. So she gave herself an extra point for the 6th card and called it 16 and bid 3 hearts. Yeah. And Pam said, well, she's got 4, 7, 10, 15. We've got at least 31. I'm going to check for key cards. For no trump, how many do you have? And she showed 3. And Pam said, we've got all 5. So,
She showed 3 or 0. What is that thing you do to make sure there were 3 and not 0?
well, she can't imagine a hand. You can do the math. It's hard to construct a hand where she had 0 aces and not even the king and would still have 16 points. Because if you took out the 4 and the 8 and the 11, right, plus the 15 that Pam has, that's already 26. That does not leave 14 points, leave 16 points for Judy. So it would be mathematically impossible for her to have 0 key cards. So we have to do the math if we're not sure. But you can always work it. You should always be able to work it out. And what I normally say in my classes is if you can't figure it out, if your partner can't figure out whether you have 0 or 3, get a new partner. Sounds harsh, but it's realistic. So we're going to stop recording now. I want to thank everybody who is here today for coming.